Against that garage, but this is going to be the dark sky, and this really illustrates the poor visibility you're going to have as this storm moves in. The clouds are very low to the ground, and they continue moving east. Let's go back to live storm tracker Doppler radar, and we continue to track a very dangerous storm really wrapping up over Meridianville right now. So it's going to stay, it's going to impact Meridianville for at least the next 10 to 15 minutes, at least with the tornado threat. Other impacts could linger depending upon damage with this storm. It's moving towards Deposit, and it does look like this is going to stay just to the north of the Buckhorn High School out there as you go out Winchester Road. So again, keeping a close eye on everybody as these storms develop, and they're moving rather quickly. And one of the things I'm noticing is there's very little lightning, and you often associate a lot of lightning and a lot of thunder with these severe thunderstorms. So that just gives you an idea of how unstable the atmosphere is even without the lightning and the amount of shear that we're dealing with to spin up these storms. Let's go over to Jeff Castle, do some street level tracking out here as we get closer towards the Buckhorn High School area, and I believe that's going to be close to Madison County Lake out there too.
Yeah, it is, Brad, and we're starting to see now on the radar that classic hook look here on the radar. Again, in Meridianville, it's tracking through the east, northeast end of town right now. Let me go and get some streets on here for you. It's going to be Meridianville Bottom Road here. And this is McCullum Road, the cross street. It's going to be coming very near where these two intersect. Again, all reports are tornadoes still on the ground. Just a minute ago, looking from Waltrat and Nick Davis, not sure what the time of this was, but a spotter reported large rotating wall cloud with defined funnel. Latest update from the Weather Service on the tornado warning for Madison County, which is for this particular storm. Of course, we also have another one in Madison County. Spotters were tracking a large and extremely dangerous tornado. This tornado is located near Meridianville, moving east at 55. Tornado emergency now for northern Madison County and the Meridianville area. You need to be in your shelter. Again, the most dangerous part of the storm coming right near Meridianville Bottom Road and McCullum Road and tracking its way off to the east at around 50 to 55 miles per hour. Got another storm here on the back side of this one we're going to keep an eye on as well. Let me put a storm track. This will be the latest track on this. Moving east, probably a little north of east, but not by much, at around 50 to 55. Okay, I believe we have Stephen. Stephen, near Meridianville Middle School, I believe.
Yes, sir. I'm sitting in front of I don't know if you can hear me.
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you, Stephen.
I'm sitting in front of Meridianville Middle School. You can tell there's been some damage in this area. I talked to a deputy. He told me everyone in the middle school is okay. I don't see any visible damage at the school, but I do see part of the Flint River Baptist Church that's been peeled back. There's been a house that's had part of its roof sheared off, and at least another business or another house up the road that's been damaged as well. I got here right after it happened on my way to work, and it things cleared up, and then a second wave came through, and I sat here through just a horrible hailstorm. The ground just became white.
In North Alabama, the majority of our sirens are county-wide, so if it goes off for one place, it's going to go off for everyone in that county. Sometimes when cities straddle county borders, you may hear sirens in one county that's not even a part of that tornado warning, but that's just a part of the process. The technology is getting better to allow for individual warnings for the polygons. And by the way, if you want specific warnings, we have a way to do that. There are mobile apps offered by WHNT. You can go to our website and find out all about that. You can also sign up for Safety Net, which is that new free program that's offered by Barron Services. We have a link to it on our website. We don't actually service that. That's something that's done by Barron Services. We're just helping them get the word out about it. It's free to residents of the state of Alabama. So if you have an Alabama address, it's free to you. So this is our possible tornado. It's right around Moore's Mill. It's moving northeast toward New Market. It's going to be in New Market momentarily. Let's go back over to Armor Storm Vision, and let's take a Tennessee Valley-wide picture here. and just do a reset to let everyone know where we stand. So in Florence, Muscle Shoals, Moulton, Russellville, we no longer have an immediate threat of strong storms. That's shifted up to the north of Huntsville. It's north of Morgan County. It's north of Marshall County, DeKalb County, and Jackson County. So if you are questioning whether or not you need to do something, if you have errands to run and you are south of, say, US 72 and west of I-65, you've got a little window of opportunity here before this next round of strong and severe storms moves in. Possible tornadoes on the ground, one moving through southern Franklin County, Tennessee, one moving through northeastern Madison County here in North Alabama. There is technically a tornado warning in Lincoln County, Tennessee, but we don't have a tornado that's anywhere near Fayetteville or Park City or especially anywhere north of Highway 64. It's extreme southeastern Franklin County, southwestern Franklin, and southeastern parts of Lincoln. But now the storm seems to be a little past Lincoln County, and I believe the Weather Service will ultimately drop that warning for Lincoln County. But there you see possible tornado right there. And this is so close to the next rad. Let's use the scope on that and look at the velocity. I would imagine we can see this pretty well because we're looking from high top right into this area here, and there's a pretty good velocity couplet where we have the red and the green right next to each other. North of Francisco, and there you see the new sweep lines coming around. It's right there between Coptown, Beans Creek, Maxwell, and Three Forks. Close to Saw City, too. So in those communities in southern Franklin County, Tennessee, we need you to be in a safe place immediately. It's not affecting Winchester or Deckard, but it is south of there, south of U.S. Highway 64 in Franklin County, Tennessee. There's U.S. 64 coming out of Lincoln County. It runs up past Maxwell, up toward Winchester. So if you're between Coptown and Three Forks in southern Franklin County, safe place immediately. If you're around Francisco or Neal or Elora or into extreme northern Madison County, I don't want you to come out of your safe place just yet because there's another storm just on the heels of this thing that's moving almost in the same path about a mile or two to the south. Often a supercell structure like this, you'll get one storm that comes through, it lays out a boundary similar to a cold front, and that just feeds that second cell that's running in behind it, and sometimes the second cell can be even worse. We saw multiple instances of that back on April 27th. So with this one, moving up into Franklin County, we want you in a safe place, but we especially want folks to the southwest of there to stay in a safe place. Just because storm number 1 has passed doesn't mean the threat is over. So there you see. Okay, let's go over to Ben in the severe weather center.
All right, right now there is a tornado near Buckhorn High School in Newmarket. It's the same one we were talking about that was moving through Moore's Mill. We've had several confirmations now of a tornado on the ground. This is almost a long track tornado here. It started way back in western Madison County. Now it continues to be on the ground here through Newmarket. So again, if you're around Buckhorn High School along County Road 65 in Newmarket, you need to be in a safe place right now as this tracks up to the north and northeast. Again, Buckhorn High School, Jason.
Okay, tornado on the ground near Buckhorn High School. We've got Brandon. You see Brandon over there in the pod. He's working on a couple of different things. We'll toss to Brandon in just a moment for an update. But what you're seeing right there is, and it looks kind of strange, but what we have on the outside of that ring, we're showing reflectivity. On the inside of this ring, we're showing the velocity couplet, or the direction the winds are blowing. We have strong inbounds and strong outbounds, and what that means is in one area we have the wind that's blowing in toward the radar, in one area it's blowing away from the radar, and we can surmise from that, based on years of research that have been done and years of testing with Doppler radar, that the entire circulation here is, or the entire thunderstorm is rotating based on that kind of pattern. So if you're listening to us on the radio because your power is out, if you're in Harvest or Monrovia or Madison, the threat of this tornado is over. It is now passing northeast of Meridianville and Moore's Mill and up into some of these communities, Hurricane Road, Old Mountain Fork Road, Winchester Road, north of Deposit, north of the community of Deposit. We need you in a safe place now. This shifting to the northeast quickly into northern Madison County. And let's take that scope tool off so that we can actually look at the reflectivity pattern here. Up here around Old Mountain Fork Road, Beth Road, you can see how everything shifts northeast fast. And when you start seeing those black colors right there, that's north of Old Mountain Fork Road, let's pop the Okay, that's pretty close to Plevna. It's south of Mint Spring, and it's a little bit north of Deposit. This one is going to come into Jackson County, a little farther south of that last one. So instead of coming through Plevna and into northwest Jackson County, this one comes through New Market and Fanning's Crossing into western Jackson County. This is still going to be north of Scottsboro. It's still going to be northwest of Stevenson. If you're down around Higdon or any of those communities on Sand Mountain section, places like that, you still may be hearing the tornado sirens, but this is extreme northwest Jackson County. This one coming through New Market will ultimately pass out of Madison County here in about 10 to 15 minutes, given the speed with which it's moving. Fanning's Crossroads, New Market. You need to be in a safe place now. This area here, close to Plevna, extreme northeast Madison County, very close to the river. In fact, approaching the river, the county line between Madison and Jackson now, there's potential there for some very large hail that could be the size of golf balls or maybe even baseballs. We have a lot of shear in the atmosphere, and we also have a lot of instability. This is one of those days where we watch those ingredients come together, and if they come together just right, you can get monstrous kinds of thunderstorms that can do all kinds of destruction. So we want you to be aware that this could happen at any point in any community in North Alabama or in southern Middle Tennessee, and for that matter, middle and northern Middle Tennessee, Nashville up to Clarksville. If you were traveling north up I-65 today, south down toward Birmingham, over to Anniston, Tuscaloosa, down toward Jasper, or even west to Memphis, there's a risk of some severe thunderstorms. And notice how they are separated. We have one that's up here in southern Franklin County that's going to come in a little bit south of Winchester and Deckard and Cowan. Another one down here in Madison County that seems it may be a bit stronger, that's moving northeast to Moores Mill, just about to cross out of Madison County into Jackson County. Both of these have had a history of producing severe thunderstorm damage, and we want to take them very, very seriously because we've got a tornado watch in place. We have these warnings in place. It's better to be safe than sorry, even if we have to give a much broader description of where this thing may be coming in. I would rather have you in your safe place and know you're there and have some peace of mind than to risk sitting on the back porch and watching this thing come through, because most likely it will be wrapped in rain. And we are looking through all kinds of sources, through Twitter and through Facebook, to see if there is any kind of additional reports of damage that are coming in, any reports of tornadoes. We've got goodness, I just got a picture in from Twitter, and Ben, I'm going to try to email this to you so that we can get this on air pretty quickly.
All right.
It's a picture of power poles snapped in East Limestone.
While you're doing that, I'll go ahead and fill you in. Exactly. We're kind of broaden the view out just a little bit. This is northern Madison County, northwestern Jackson County, and now southern Franklin County, Tennessee. These storms are moving to the northeast at 50 miles per hour. So these are fast-moving storms. Now, first of all, I'm going to focus in on the northeastern sides of Madison County near New Market, where a confirmed tornado has been making its track through northern Madison County. Just a few updates now. Still seeing good rotation convergence in southern Franklin County. Still seeing debris signatures and a debris ball on the high top radar and armor radar. And we have at 10:17, that's about 4 minutes ago, we had a report of a tornado crossing Winchester Road and Maysville Road. So these are storms to take very seriously. Now, the last couple of scans, they have started cycling down just a bit, but a lot of times that's just part of the larger life cycle. Sometimes they'll cycle back up right now. So not a time to let your guard down if you are in New Market near Plevna, especially south of Plevna. This the most dangerous portion of the storm is near the New Market area and just to the east. Now that large area of purple